TF2 stream, or the TF2 part of my stream from yesterday. And if you didn't see it, it's on YouTube. Link to the YouTube page in the Steam group. Anyway, like I like playing as classes that are more supportive than offensive, but I also like it when I'm able to hold my own in a fight while still maintaining the role of a support class, you know, buffing, healing, that kind of shit. But then, and that's usually the case in multiplayer games. And then in you know, other games, it's really dependent on, you know, whatever is easiest for me to accomplish. Like, you know, in a first-person shooter like Borderlands, I picked Zero as my starting character because god damn, this thing has a lot of ammo. I fucking love it. You know, see, it's not impossible to have fun in this game. It's just, you know, it's inherent. You know what? I don't know. I'm just saying that just because I don't like something doesn't mean it's impossible for me to have fun with it. But yeah, this game, it was just like, I don't know. Maybe if I had made the Spartan weapon sooner, I would have had some different opinions about the game. Wow. That green area is so much bigger than the one for the minigun. I just want to say. Minigun fucking sucks. So you know what? Maybe that is just it. Maybe I didn't like this game just because I didn't beat it. So, I mean, I'm not going to change my opinions from the past unless, you know, until I ultimately have, you know, being wrong. But at the same time, I think that, you know, I will 100% admit when I'm wrong. And everything that I've said so far was what I consider correct. And, you know, if I'm ever disproven, you know, with, you know, facts and logic, you know, because that's what most of these arguments were based upon. It was based upon my personal opinion, but my opinion originates from you know, my experiences with all of the games I've played prior to this one, and in this case, all the games I've played since it. And then, you know, of course, all those games are just based on my own personal opinion. I only played those games because they appealed to me. And I enjoyed them when they were successful in, you know, making me play them longer and making me want to play them more and making me want to tell other people to play them. So anyway, the fact of the matter is, you know, I will always admit when I'm wrong. I mean, sometimes I am a little quick to jump the gun, you know, on some stuff. But in this case, I'm still pretty solid with my arguments. What's this? Neutralize mission. Yeah, let's gonna change this to armor piercing. Yes, that's one thing I like about this, and it's something that you can't do in Monster Hunter. Is in Monster Hunter, if you accept a mission. Oh, I can make that? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna make that. Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah. Fucking shit, I'm gonna do that. Nice. Okay, yeah, see, now I'm starting to enjoy the game. But Jack, 5 minutes ago, you were all butthurt about it. Well, shut up. I'm allowed to change my opinion. I'm allowed to change my opinion, you know? It's just when I said what I said was because I wasn't enjoying the game and I was pointing out the flaws that it had. It still suffers from those flaws, and I still believe that it suffers from those flaws. Oh, this is a good starting spot. Actually, a really good starting spot. Now I don't have to worry about, I never have to worry about buying a first aid kit ever again. Because I can just come back here and farm it. Because the items in these crates, this isn't, like, it's not randomized. It changes from mission to mission. So, you know, like on that one mission, like, you can always go to that one area and you will always be able to get those same 3 items from those same 3 boxes. Nothing in the world's going to change that. The only thing that changes is per mission where the items spawn. Sometimes it won't change that much, but in that case, like, I'm pretty sure that you can get something completely different there if you go to another, like, any other mission. What am I doing? Mission. Any specific missions like this, it doesn't tell you where the enemies are. You just kind of have to know. But whatever, you know, that's alright. That I don't mind so much because it's like, oh yeah, you get to go around the level. And I mean, me personally, I don't mind it because it's not a huge issue for me. I'm willing to put up with that. But I know that in like many other games, it's like, what is it? It's like, oh yeah, like something like that. Like I recognize it, you know, being oh, I don't have to do that anymore. Armor piercing. Armor piercing, best ammo type. Yeah, like see this area? Like, let's see here. Yeah, see, it's the same stuff as the last time. But oh, cool. So this might be my preferred gathering mission from now on. Just because those, until I no longer require those materials. But the first aid kit at the start of the level, like, just go there with an empty inventory, get the first aid kit, leave, dump the inventory, or dump the, what's it called, the first aid kit into your, you know, your storage box back at base camp. And then you just repeat. Infinite first aid kits. And they're really expensive too, so it's really good. But anyway. Well, I should watch my own stream and try and remember what I said previously. But I think for the most part I've been able to recall what I was saying. It's just not as importantly as I would like to. But yeah, I guess that's just my fault, you know. I do have chronic Lyme disease and ADD, so I can only do so much. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about me, we're here to talk about the game. And the game is Mercenary Kings, but the game we're talking about is Destiny. So, oh, here we go. These are the guys to kill. Always bring armor-piercing rounds on missions. They will save you so much time. And if there's guys with shields, use corrosive because it'll destroy the shields and then they won't come back. But yeah. Anyway, the thing is, God damn it, what the fuck was it? I'm sorry, I really am having a hard time trying to remember this thing. What is it? I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna try and go back to talking about Destiny. With Destiny, it's like, you know, there's only 3 classes, and there's like a multitude of different weapons. There's magnums, there's sniper rifles, there's what they call scout rifles, which are basically semi-automatic assault rifles. You know, like an example of that would be like a FNFAL, or well, really any gun that's not just automatic. But this gun, you can't change it to automatic. Like if it's semi-automatic, it's semi-automatic. If it's automatic, it's automatic. You know, and that's fine. You know, I don't think there are too many games that allow you to change the firing rate of a gun, especially ones that I've played. Maybe in games like I don't know, Battlefield or Arma, you can probably do that in, but not in this game or that game. Well, I guess your fire rate is determined by the type of weapon and parts. Whatever. Anyway, so like you have a bunch of different weapons, you know, and there's 3, and this is something that I like that they did, and this is something that they actually do in Borderlands. In Borderlands, there's like a bunch of different types of guns, and then there's like you don't have to get each ammo type for each specific gun. I should probably go to the other tower. That's probably where they are. But I'll cut the video because the enemies here are easy. So they're easy. They'll sleep with you for like $1. You know, that's alright, I guess. But I'm not into cheap boards. So, you know. Anyway, what is it? In Borderlands, it's like, you know, if it's a pistol, it uses pistol ammo, and in, you know, Borderlands 1, if it's a magazine, it's magazine ammo. But I'm talking about Borderlands 2, not 1. Which, by the way, like, in my honest opinion, again, I'm sorry to sidetrack again, but I should get this out of the way. Borderlands 1 isn't a bad game, it's just an old game. And, I think there was, at one point a little while ago, there's an issue of multiplayer, and like, as in people weren't, because, I mean, what happened was, you know, GameSpy went out of business completely, and all the games that used them for their multiplayer services basically didn't have multiplayer anymore, and Borderlands 1 was one of those games, and, but I think what happened was they finally got their multiplayer back together. I don't remember how. Maybe they're doing it in-house. I don't really remember. I should probably go grab that. I don't think the items despawn, which is a nice feature. Yeah, I don't think they do, but still. What is it? Yeah, so like, you know, the ammo is dictated, or the gun, like, if it's like a rocket launcher, it uses rocket ammo. Sniper rifle uses sniper ammo. You know, it's not like you need a certain type of ammo for a certain type of gun. And that's great, especially for a game like Borderlands, where all you're doing is, like, running around and shooting people, and then it's like, you know, different situations dictate for... Again, this is why I had the issue with that in this game, because I played Borderlands 2, and, you know, you're able to carry 4 weapons on your like, you have 4 weapons to access, and then you also have access to everything you're carrying. So there's like a great deal of like accessibility for that, you know. More often than not, if you're not like playing as a Siren or any other class that can focus on one element, you're going to be carrying at least one of every type of element that you can, and the different weapons will be used at different times, you know. But anyway, yeah. And then Destiny does this, but it's a little bit different, and it's a lot more streamlined actually, and it's not a bad thing, and it's actually really good. Again, because Destiny does feel a little bit like, I mean, Destiny plays like Halo. Like, there is a lot of, like, intense gunfire action. Like, in Borderlands 2, you can get away with, like, running around and shooting people without much concern. Unless, you know, it's really difficult. Unless you're having a hard time killing the enemies, then you might want to be like, well, I'm gonna go... I mean, again, for me, playing as a sniper, I would just be like, I would get to the highest point that I can, and just get headshots and kill everyone in one hit, you know? I had a whole fucking strategy. You'll see that when I start playing it. Probably gonna be Friday. I'll do that one. And I'm gonna see if I can get anyone else to join it. You know, get some other people to play it. Cause, you know, I have, you know, my friends, you know, all my, you know, not all of them, but, you know, my good friends, play that game, and they played it with me when we went to the story the first time. And then the only problem was I kept playing it, and now my character's like, well, my character's almost at the level cap, and my other friends are like 10, 15 levels lower than me, so I can't really play with them until I beat them. So, but yeah, in Destiny, there's 3 types of weapons. There's primaries, secondaries, and special weapons. And your primary weapons are your scout rifles, assault rifles. Oh, there's also auto rifle, which is, you know, firing, faster firing, bigger clip, less damage per bullet, you know, standard shit. And the, you know, I don't remember all of them, but there's like 3 or 4 weapons per weapon type, which is, you know, again, that's alright, because, you know, you're able to carry multiple weapons with you at the same time. I'm gonna use that. Oh wait, I can carry multiple rations with me. I think in Destiny it was like, yeah, it was magnums. It was a magnum, auto rifles, scout rifles. And then I think for secondaries it was snipers, shotguns, and fusion rifles, which are weird. Well, it's an interesting idea for a gun. It's kind of like a minigun in the sense where you have to hold down the fire button in order to kind of like spin it up. But in this case, what you're doing is you're holding down the button to charge it up, and then it releases a really rapid burst of like multiple projectiles. Not like a shotgun exactly. Like, it just fires like a whole bunch, and then you gotta charge it up again. And then you have like a certain level of charges before you have to reload. And that's good for like heavy DPS on because it's pretty. I mean, if you use it at close range, it's pretty good. And then for the special weapons, to my knowledge, there's only 2: the heavy machine guns and the rocket launchers. But then in each category of weapon, or each type of weapon, the stats that it has vary. Like I've had a heavy machine gun that was very fast firing and very inaccurate. But then I've also had ones that had smaller clips and were very accurate, and they did high damage per bullet, and they were really good. They're, for me, again, focusing on getting headshots and the like. And the I don't know why I'm doing this stuff. Yeah, whatever. Oh, I didn't do the griff guards. Whatever. So I mean, within each weapon, there's like some good flexibility. You know, it's not just like all sniper rifles are going to be slow firing and have small clips. Like, they have different clip sizes, accuracy. There's even different elements, and to my knowledge, there is no fucking point to the elements in that game. It's like normal, or it does like void damage or sun damage, whatever the fuck, I don't know. But it doesn't affect it at all. I think it's like Diablo 3 in the sense where the elements don't really, oh, capture mission, fuck that. It's like, I'm just gonna stop with this, I'm gonna keep going with this. Find out what's using power. Capture a Titan Trooper. I'm not capturing shit. I'm just gonna kill everything. I'm actually gonna see if I can't get, corrosive armor-piercing rounds. Caustic AP, what do I need? Quality brass. Yo, girl, you got that quality ass. Oh! Treat women with respect. Anyway, what is it? Like, the element is, it doesn't affect certain enemies, it just means that based on your type of character and what skills you have, you'll benefit more from using those types of weapons. Because, I mean, if you've ever played Diablo 3, which, by the way, I would, if you're new to Diablo, I wouldn't bother. I would start with Diablo 2, in my opinion, and in general consensus, it's the best one. I'm not going to go too much into that, but in Diablo 3, the elements are like, they're not effective against any one type of enemy. Like, fire damage, like, all the different elements are all the same. And what happens is you'll come across, different, like, when you make your character in that game, you'll have different skills, and then the different runes will, there's different runes for different skills, and the different runes modify the skills to do different things. And this can do anything from, like, the type of, like, the effect of the spell, or the duration of certain parts of the spell, or damage modifiers, and, but they sometimes also change the element of the skill. And what happens is, if you have your character set up in a way that it benefits more from doing fire damage, then you're gonna want a fire weapon, any skills, any weapons and armor that give you boost in fire damage, and as many skills as possible that do fire damage. Because while it won't affect, like, the element doesn't differ, like, enemies aren't weak to fire or holy or poison or whatever. It's just that you'll do more damage with those skills because of the combination of the way you set up your character and the skills you're using. So I don't know why I did that. I feel kind of bad now, actually. That guy was just sitting there, and I just killed him. Anyway, moving on, it's a video game, it's not to be taken too seriously, I mean, well, at least this one. Fucking drill. Hey, drill dozer. Hey, Game Freak called. They want their drill dozer back. Oh, excuse me, Drillarella. Ugh, Drillarella. Drillarella story. Anyway, sorry. How am I able to pick up all this shit? Don't I have... Oh, I can have 2 first aid kits? I guess I just couldn't afford the other ones. That's why the little number was red. I couldn't afford it, not because I couldn't carry them. But yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, so, I mean, I think it's like that in Destiny. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. But yeah. And that's, like, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm more of a fan of what they do in, and again, Borderlands, but other games where it's like the element actually does something, you know? Like, you can have a fire weapon, you need a fire weapon because the enemy is weak to fire, you know? And in this game it does that, and again, I gotta give it props, that's good, I'm glad that it does that. But I guess in this game, there really isn't too much focus on character building, it's mostly just the weapon itself. And, here. Yeah, biologist hideout. Wow. Need to hide out at the adult bookstore, thanks though. Oh. Yeah, sometimes there's like NPCs you have to talk to in missions, and that's another thing. Like you'll always be able to access that NPC, but you'll only need to talk to him in like one mission. Also, I just want to say this layout of boxes, this is the nitpick thing, but that's, you know, if you've ever played Mega Man 1, the entrance to Dr. Wily's castle, the first level, after you get past all the big eyes, the big characters, the layout of Gutsman blocks there, just like that. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting off topic, as usual. The point is, like, in Destiny, it doesn't really matter what elemental damage you do, unless you're a character that benefits more from using that element. So, I mean, you know, that's really, you know, whoop-de-fucking-do. Like, I'm not gonna prioritize using a certain element, you know, in that game, unless it actually does damage, more damage to specific enemies. You know? I mean, I guess that's like, I mean, that's just my way of thinking about it. I'm sure other people would be like, well, that makes it really easy, because then all I have to do is just make sure that my guy uses that those elemental weapons. But at the same time, you know, I would rather have, like, even if my character, like, I think my Warlock character, that's the name of the wizard class, by the way, Warlock, even if it does specialize in doing void damage or sun damage or whatever, like, I'm still gonna pick a weapon that's more powerful. You know, even though another weapon would do void damage. I mean, that's just common sense, you know? So, like, if I do ever come across a better weapon, and it just happens to do void damage, and I just happen to do slightly more damage than I would be doing if the weapon wasn't void damage, like, that doesn't matter to me, you know? And I think that that's, like, you know, not the... I mean, I guess for a game like that, it's alright, but at the same time, like, you know... I just liked it more in, you know, Borderlands, and even in this game, admittedly. And that brings me back to my previous argument about how, like you should be able to carry at least one other type of gun. Like, you shouldn't be just restricted to one type of gun. Like, I kept the incendiary armor piercing because I know that this place is filled with lots of, like, you know, human. Well, they're not human. That's part of this game. Whatever. Like, you know, non-armored targets. So. And then you come across armor targets like that, and I mean, they're still dying because I'm putting holes in them, putting holes in that motherfucker. But like, it's not doing as much damage as I would like to because I didn't bring a caustic weapon because I, you know, weighing all the pros and cons of that shit. So I'm just saying, like, in that instance, you know, I would want to be able to switch to like a corrosive weapon or something, you know. I don't know. Again, that's more of like a little nitpicky personal thing. The music. That was weird, the music just like stopped for a second. Anyway. So I mean, you know, the combat in Destiny, I'm just going on topic, don't worry. I'm done talking about the elemental damage. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I didn't finish what I was saying about the other guns. Like, it's good that you're able to carry around, like, you're able to, like in Destiny, you switch between 3 weapons, your primary, secondary, and special weapon. And that's fine. And that's good. You know, I like that. I don't know why they didn't do that in this game, but, you know, whatever. Oh, no, I do know why. But, you know, whatever. And you're still able to carry around whatever guns you have on your person. I think you are limited in inventory size, like, per gun. And again, that's alright, because, you know, you do that in Borderlands. If you're able to carry around every single gun you picked up, and have unlimited guns in your inventory, then, like, you know, that'd just be, and, you know, I don't know. I don't really think there'd be any reason to even do that. Unless you're like me and you obsess over, like, oh my god, I gotta have every single type of every gun, you know? That's the only way I'll be able to be a good Borderlands 2 player, you know? Whoops. I saw the health bar and I shot, you know? Shit, I should have brought... Oh, I didn't have the materials to make the I could've gone with Corrosive Magnum. Then I would've lost the armor piercing factor. Fuck it, whatever, I'm standing by my decision to bring fire ammo to a robot boss fight. I think it's interesting that... Is it hitting him twice? I don't think it's hitting him twice. I'll have to fire one shot and find out. No, it only hits him once. The other little orange is the element damage. Actually, I better use yep, perfect time to use the first aid kit. I will say this though, accessing the menu in that quick fashion like that is a plus, especially for a game that's trying to be action oriented. Like the new Monster Hunter game, Monster Hunter 4 on the 3DS, you can like set it on the touchscreen, like certain items will pop up and you'll just like use that. So, and that's a good feature. Not like it was very hard to access items quickly, you know, like without that. Anyway, so yeah, so it's good to have, the option to have multiple guns in that game, because there are situations where it's like, you're going through kind of like, you know, like the, you know, grunt enemies, Halo reference, and, you know, you're just like, oh, well, I'm just gonna use my auto gun and just mow them all down, no biggie. Or use my rocket launcher and just blow them all up, or whatever, you know? But then there's some instances where you're fighting, like, a lot of enemies, and it's like, well, I better use my auto gun or rocket launcher. Wait a minute, no, it's, like, you know, different weapons are used in different scenarios, and I'm glad that you have the, you know, versatility, goddammit, to, use those different weapons at any time. And, that's not gonna be I'm just saying, like, you know, me personally, as someone who, in first-person shooters especially, focuses more on, you know, precision accuracy and high damage. Like, I like sniping because it's good for, like, killing really tough enemies really quickly. And that's something that I did a lot in Destiny. I really heavily relied on, headshots, because, on the higher difficulty, that game is actually really tough. But it's tough just because the enemies do more damage and have more health, you know? And that's kind of like a cop-out, in my opinion, you know? But, I don't know. Nope! I'm dead. Should've used the first aid kit. At least he's not going anywhere. That's good. This is, like... This is not the worst mission in the world. I just have to go all the way back, though. That's the thing. Wait, I should just go up, actually, yeah. You know, because when I did play Destiny, and I was like, you know, oh, this is an MMO, and then I realized how weak the single player and the story was. Which, by the way, I don't think anyone was ever... Well, I mean, I planned on doing this because I didn't know it was an MMO. Story in Destiny, as I'm sure you probably heard before, is just, like, non-existent, you know? But I think what their end goal was to have it be like, you know, people buy the game, and then they were just gonna release, like, a ton of expansion packs for it. Or, not expansion packs, excuse me, DLC that would just add more, like, raid bosses and more items and stuff, and then continue to add the plot along. And I'm like, you know, as a business practice, like, sure, you know, make a game that's a long-term investment. Because, I mean, they spent, like, apparently they spent, like, $500 million on that game. That was the budget. And I was, like, when I heard about that, I was like, there's no fucking way. That's like a little bit more than double, the movie Avatar, you know, the one with the blue cat people or whatever, and the giant mechs with the big hunting knives. But yeah, it was like, you know, when I was like, okay, what's the biggest, like when I found that out and I went to go see the budget for Avatar, which I had heard previously also had a very big budget, and I found out it would double it, I was like, okay, what's in this game? You know, I actually found out about the budget after the... God damn it, I did it again, I'm sorry. I looked up the budget after the fact, and, I was just like, how and why would they spend that much money on a game like this? Considering how, for me, it was just like, you know, a mediocre experience. Or not a mediocre, unenjoyable experience. Because again, I thrive on single-player focused games. Titan Blade, huh? Didn't I need that for something? Oh my... What the fuck? Oh, I thought that was a boss. See, that looks like a Metal Slug boss. I mean, there's not enough guns on it, and there's not people jumping off it, but, you know, that's a good start. That's like, you know, the guy, like, goes into the office and is like, "Sir, okay, I've got the next great war machine ready." He's like, "Oh, good. It's a submarine, and it's got a lot of guns on it." And then they're like, "This is a good first attempt. Now go back and add even more guns. And make sure that there's more, tanks of explosive fluid on the inside so it blows up more, because, you know, like, you know, that'll make it, you know, it uses a lot of fuel, so, you know." Wait, hang on. What is required to make? Oh, I can make it because I have quality brass now. Bam, and I can't make. Wait, hang on. Electric shot. No, hang on. Cryo AP. Hollow point. What the hell's hollow point? Expanding bullet. Yeah, but like, what is shrap? What? Wait, hang on, what's hollow point? Hollow point isn't... Is it just a better version of, like, of the other one? Is it a... I don't know, I'm so confused. Is it a better version of soft point? Oh, I guess it is. I guess that'd be good if, you know, you're making a gun that can't use any of the other ammo types. Incendiary missile. Quality brass. I think... No, I don't think I had access to other ones. So anyway, I can't make, from the looks of this, I don't think I can make it because I don't have enough money. Or actually, hang on. Caustic armor piercing. This is going to help out a lot. Oh wow, it does less. That does less damage than regular armor, than incendiary armor piercing. Huh. Only slightly less though. Not a big deal. Whatever, I'm not gonna fuck around with the ammo types right now. Oh man, that looks nice. I do like that though, I will admit. Oh, hang on, there's probably more knives. Survival knife. Ooh, that's interesting. Pelican, Navy, magic wand. Who's Cyrus? Oh, that's probably something. Cross. Machete, diamond. Oh, that's kinda cool. Kukri. Oh, I'm a sniper! I'm not gonna make any more attempts at, yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. So I can't make any of these because they don't have the materials. What's the best I can make? Because again, I don't really use the melee attack, so... Why are there two? Whatever. Cool dagger. Pocket knife. Nope. Any of these do more damage? I don't think any of them do more damage now. Okay, so, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, again, in Monster Hunter, you have a little thing where you can talk to a chef, and you get meals and you get boosts. You know, like, you get more health and stamina, and sometimes you can get more attack and defense, but you can also get, like, skills from eating food. And I don't know what the hell these do. They're all the same price. Oh, I choose the main... Okay, bone... No side dishes, what? Okay, I guess I just don't have access to them. Sterilize activated. The hell is sterilize? Hang on. How do I access that? Oh, wait, proficiency. Oh, I forgot. There's like little proficiencies that you can get, and I don't remember. Magnum. Oh yeah, this is just like, you know, make shit, get better stuff. I don't know. Oh, well, that's interesting. It actually tells you your like the status of your speed. That's interesting. But where does it say? Oh, active skills. Decrease caustic damage received by 10%. That's... Why would that be sterilized? Caustic is acid, not mixture. Whatever. I'm sorry, I totally forgot. I totally got off track again. I'm sorry. Quality aluminum. Alright. off track so badly.
Do this.
I don't remember now. I think it was something along the lines of well anyway, but yeah, in Destiny, me personally, the way I played it was I started off with whatever weapons they gave me, whatever weapons I was finding, but I mostly just stuck to using like, what is it, called? As a primary weapon, I mostly used scout rifles and other such high damage, high accuracy weapons. And scout rifles are just good all around. But I made it a priority to get headshots with them. And then I also used shotguns in the beginning because those do incredible amounts of damage at close range. Like they're garbage at any other kind of range, but at close range, like you're guaranteed to kill it in one shot if it's an enemy that's on your level of like if you're level 12 and you're point blank range level 12 to 13 enemies, like they're dead. No headshot not required. It just fucking kills them instantly. And then as I went later on down the line, I got kind of bored of getting headshots with the primary weapon, so I started using what the hell, I can't. Fuck, I can't pick it up. Whatever. Anyway, I can only carry one. Okay. Like the sniping, I reserved for the sniper rifle, and everything else I reserved for auto rifle. Because I mean, admittedly, like I like sniping, but I also love using like a big machine gun, like this shit. Like I fucking love this shit. Like every time in Metal Slug when I get a heavy machine gun, I'm like yes, everything is going to die. And then like you just get into those like one areas where like you just keep getting ammo. I don't know if that's close enough. You just keep getting, heavy machine gun, and it's just so good. And then you accidentally get bounce shots, and then you're like, no! And then you die because bounce shots are garbage. Gee. Oh no! Totally didn't see that coming. That's probably my fault for using computer. Ah shit. Okay,
Reloading.
I think you can reload while on ladders. By the time I get to the top, it's gonna be the highway. There we go. But yeah. So I mean, I'm just telling you my experience of the game and how it was affected by that. So I mean, I probably just was playing the game wrong. Although I probably wasn't because at this point I'd already played other first-person shooters, and I knew what I liked in first-person shooters. But in this game, I didn't really go in with a negative mindset. It's just the negative mindset just kind of happened because I had discovered what the game was, and I was just like, well, it's an MMO. I didn't really want to play this with other people. I really wanted to do this by myself. Just play this game by myself because I don't like all the friends I have and all the video games that we play are like always on computer. Because it just has like the largest, it just has a much larger like variety of games you can play. So, and I'm not gonna start a whole console versus PC thing. And again, I've already mentioned in the past that I'm no glorious master PC racer, dude. Like I'm not, I really like if a game's good on a console that's not so great on PC or can't be played on it, like some of my favorite games on PS3 were indie games, or reverse that. Some of my favorite indie games were on PS3, like Dead Nation, that Space Invaders game was really fun. I forget what it's called, Evolution or something. I don't know. That game was fucking awesome. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting off track again. The point I'm trying to make is that the game was just like, oh, it's an MMO, and then it just happened to be like, oh, it's an MMO where I just have to keep grinding enemies, and it's like, I was like, well, at least at least I will say this, like, the levels are broken up like by planet, and all the missions. That guy standing on nothing. Whatever. You know, the main. Oh shit! Forgot that he was gonna be here. He's gonna die really quickly. I hope he dies quickly. Yeah. Oh shit! I thought I could hit him without needing to. Oh yeah, look at that. That's an interesting little thing that can happen. You can hit the enemy before you can see that you can hit him, and you can hit him slightly afterwards too. What the fuck? It didn't hit me. Oh, I guess it hit me. I guess it did hit me because it obviously did damage to me. Yeah, no shit. I'm not gonna capture them. Fucking pain in the ass to capture them. Also, that knife doesn't kill you, so don't worry about getting hit by it if you're playing the game. Which, I mean, at this point, if you've been listening to all my, you know, arguments about the game and how I personally feel about it, you know, and if you're still, I mean, if A, you agree with them, then you're probably not going to enjoy this game. But, you know, B, if you still want to play this game, by all means. I mean, if you've been listening to me the whole time and just have been like, oh my god, like this game looks amazing, and how can this guy possibly think that? Like, well, I think it because I think it. Yeah, I wonder what it could be. I'm probably gonna have to come back here later and find out. I wanna go in there. Oh, I think the meals are dictated by the. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. I guess the meals are like dictated by however many of these food items you get. You can't use them on your character. Oh, poor guy. What the hell's that coming out of him? Oh, I guess that's. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm really losing it right now. It's late. It's almost 11. You know, the stream's supposed to go on for another hour, but I think this is actually the longest I've streamed so far. You know, I guess kudos to me for, you know, getting this far. Torture kept. That sounds like lots of fun. What is it? Hell. What is it? I'm sorry. I'm doing a great job talking about this shit. Again, like, okay, I'm gonna level with you real quick. Not level with you. I'm not demeaning you in any way. I just want to say, let me just get one thing out of the way that I was hoping I wouldn't have to discuss. You know, in fear of, you know, losing viewers. And, you know, this is not at all a statement to be like, you know, like, oh, I don't want to talk about my personal issues because, you know, I'm sensitive about them. Like, I'm not sensitive about my personal issues. If anything, I try too hard to talk about them, and explain them to other people. And again, not to make them, not to have them, like, you know, give pity to me, but just to tell them, like, you know, this is what I go through, and, like, you know, trying my damnedest to do the best I can given the circumstances. And the circumstances for me are that, you know, I technically going to college right now. I would be what's the third one? Junior. I'd be a junior in college at this point. And actually, what wound up happening? Well, let me just say this right now. I have chronic Lyme disease, and if you don't know what that is, you know, you're on the internet, you can look it up. But it's basically like, you know, wait, hang on. Wait, those treasure chests just... Oh, the treasure chests are just telling me... Oh, wait, because I have to gather shit, right? Sorry, trying to actually tell you something. So this is like probably the most important thing I'm ever going to say on the stream, and the problem is no one's going to watch it, so I guess later on down the line I might repeat myself. Which I don't like to do. Believe me, it's the last thing I want to do. But yeah, for, you know, as long as I can remember, I have had chronic Lyme disease, and it's just like people like, you know, mostly what people talk about as far as like debilitating and life-threatening diseases, it's usually like cancer, AIDS, you know, that kind of stuff. Plus whatever the news is, you know, shoving into our faces. But at the end of the day, like Lyme disease is no small thing. Like more people than you would, you know, think have it, and a lot of people have it. Probably around the same, well, actually I shouldn't say that because I have no facts to back it up, but I mean, let's just say a lot of people have it. And a lot of people, unfortunately, don't know they have it until it's too late. And, you know, that's what happened to me and my family. You know, we didn't know what it was. We thought it was ADD, which, ironically enough, later on down the line, we found out that I also had ADD. Much recently, actually. But, you know, basically, I have chronic Lyme disease and ADD. And, I mean, again, I'm not trying to make you feel sorry for me. I'm just trying to explain to you, you know, the situation here and why I'm not doing such a great job of maintaining focus and being able to share my ideas and thoughts and, you know, say what I want to say in a cohesive and fluid and concise manner. The Lyme disease basically Lyme disease just affects people, you know, depending on how severe it is. It affects people on physical and mental levels. So the symptoms basically, it really also depends on the person, because it's literally, you know, whatever the person is suffering already, whatever shortcomings or flaws or, you know, inhibitions that they have, you know, the Lyme disease just takes that and basically makes it much worse. Like if you have like, you know, if you have like a bum leg or something, or excuse me, not that. If you have like if you get headaches from allergies and you have Lyme disease, then those headaches are going to be a lot worse, and the allergies that you suffer will be, you know, you'll be much more sensitive to them. I mean, basically, again, it just makes everything, it takes everything you have and makes it worse. But some of the more common symptoms are like, you know, trouble forming, or like brain fog, like trouble processing and, you know, thinking of information, trouble, you know, I mean, sorry, you know, again, I'm trying to tell you what I want to say, and I'm having a hard time doing it because I have Lyme disease. That's just exactly it. It just makes you literally bad at everything, and it takes what you're bad at and makes it worse, you know? But again, like, the common side effects are, you know, sore, achy joints, you know, fatigue, not being able to sleep, being sleepy for too long, not getting enough energy from sleep, like, I could just, let's see, what else is it? I don't want to bore you with the details, but I mean, just a lot of, like, stuff that's very common in people, and many people associate these things with, different symptoms, or different, sources. So many people will be like, oh man, my muscles are achy. It's like, oh, well, you probably just need to drink more water and, you know, more of whatever it does to make your muscles feel better. And then, like, that doesn't work, and then you realize, like, you know, oh, God, it could be anything, and then, I mean, it's just like, if you notice that something's wrong with you, it never hurts to go to a doctor and get some blood work done. I mean, yeah, needles are scary, I hate needles, but, you know, and I've had, like, more blood drained out of my body than any of your activity victims, you know? But, like, you know, it's necessary to get the treatment done and to, you know, to find out if you have it or not. So, I mean, go to your local doctor, tell them if you feel weird, and you've been feeling weird for a while, and everything else you've tried isn't working, just be like, hey man, can I get some blood work done? Because if you don't do that, and you know, God forbid, it is Lyme disease. I just want to say that I would never, like, I don't hate people. I just have enemies with some people. But, like, I would never, ever wish them, ever in my whole lifetime, to wish anyone to have Lyme disease, because it's the worst. It's literally, like, because, I mean, here's the thing, like, cancer can kill you, AIDS can kill you, Lyme disease, I mean, it can't kill you, and I think that's the worst part about it. I mean, it probably can kill you, you know, if the symptoms are right, and you know, whatever happens, and you get Lyme disease, and you know, you die from it. I mean, I haven't really heard of any cases of people dying from it. But you know, I would never ever wish Lyme disease on people, because it's literally makes your life a living hell, and it's just so like, it's just the worst, and I would never wish it on anyone. Anyway, you know, and with me, thank goodness, like, I've been on treatment enough so that the physical aspects of it are, you know, non-existent to the point of being completely gone. But I do still suffer from many of the, you know, many of the physical, the mental issues of it, like the, you know, the problem of forming sentences and, you know, cognitive processing, and I mean, all of that's already made worse by the ADD. But you know, and I'm also actually getting treatment for that, which is great. But the, you know, the mental aspects are still there, and I actually might have to do something. I don't know. I don't remember what I have to do to get that treated, but it's not good. I know that much. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, again, bottom line is like, I'm trying my best here, and you know, if it seems like I'm not doing a great job, you know, I'm sorry that you don't like it. You know, you don't like the stream. And this is not like a pity thing. You know, I don't want you to pity me. You know, I don't want you to treat me any differently than any other streamer, actually. And the fact that I have to explain this, well, I don't have to explain it. I want to explain this to you. I want to let people know that. And this is not the intention of my stream. I'm just saying this right now because it's, you know, it's on my mind right now. Like, you know, I have Lyme disease, and I'm, you know, trying my best. I'm trying to go to college. I'm trying to learn art, to draw pretty pictures, and make money from it. And like, this is just a little side hobby I'm doing. And you know, I don't know. I'm just trying to make it out in the world just like anyone else is. It's just that, you know, I was unfortunate enough to be, you know, cursed with Lyme disease. If there's any, you know, if you ever feel like I'm not, you know, if it feels like I'm repeating myself or having a tough time remembering what I had just previously said, literally 5 minutes ago, that's why. You know, it's not because of really anything else, actually. That's the main reason behind it. And, I guess what I'm just trying to say is that, you know, I mean, I would like people to watch this, you know, and I would like to talk to people, you know, using this, because it's hard for me to, you know, find people who, you know, are similarly minded. I mean, it's easy for me to find that, but it's also hard for me to, you know, find the right time and place and even sometimes medium of, you know, talking to this kind of stuff about people. So I was just kind of hoping that I could use this as a way to, you know, I mean, maybe not even really make friends. I mean, that'd be nice too, but I just would like to share my ideas with people, you know, and I figure, you know, a lot of other people on the internet already do it, so I might as well try it too. And that may or may not have ultimately, you know, affected me negatively. And I think it's because of the fact that that so many other people do it, that it's going to be even more difficult for me to try and, you know, make it out on my own, to try and you know, do it myself, you know? Because, I mean, I can already tell that 95% of, well, most of the people, I mean, obviously people aren't watching this because they would much rather watch, you know, literally anyone else they would rather watch the other streams. Because, I mean, I'm not famous, and I'm not trying to do this for anything. I'm just doing this really for myself. I guess this might be a rocket launcher. I don't know. But like, oh shit, sorry. I just wanted to do this just so that I could, yeah, those are so much. Just so that I could,
Higher power.
I just would like to talk to people, you know? And, you know, I would just like to have this be, you know, another way for me to talk to people and share my ideas with people, you know? So yeah, I guess, I don't know, I just guess that, like, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not providing the best entertainment that I could be, and I really do want to do my best with this, but I understand if other people won't exactly have much of an appeal towards this because of, you know, they already have such, you know, ingrained, you know, benefits, or not benefits, excuse me, they would much rather watch someone who they actually enjoy watching. I mean, I'm not at that level yet, I don't have any fans. I mean, hell, I could barely get my actual friends to watch this stream, you know? And, like, you know, because at the end of the day, I think they realize that, like, you know, they would, I mean, first off, people would much rather play, you know, they would much rather play a video game than watch someone else play it. But I realized that, like, a lot of other people, you know, like to watch people play video games when they themselves don't want to play a video game. Hell, I was like that for the longest time. I still am like that. I love watching gameplay videos of, you know, other people. And I've noticed that, like, most of the videos that I watch are people, you know, multiple people doing, you know, comedy stuff. And, you know, that's really what I wanted to try and do with this. But, you know, I had a very difficult time trying to get any of my friends to do the stream with me because of, you know, the way my life, you know, is different from theirs. You know, they have jobs, you know, they have other commitments that they do, you know. I mean, one would say that, you know, like, you know, I don't really have those kinds of commitments, so I should be, you know, I should consider myself lucky. But at the same time, like, I hate the fact that my Lyme disease and my ADD prevents me from doing such things. Like, I mean, to be quite honest, like, I love video games. You know, they're fun and they're a great stress relief, and it's a good way to charge my creative thinking. And, like, most of the drawings and stuff that I've made are based off of, you know, ideas, you know, situations, and, you know, just stuff from video games. But the problem is, like, I don't have a large body of work because of my Lyme disease, because of the difficulty that I have trying to focus on making a drawing. And I mean, of course, all the artists suffer from, you know, like, not being able to see their own work objectively. And they're like, well, you know, like they'll make a drawing and they'll be like, wow, I hate this drawing, you know, and then they'll crumple it up and throw it in the trash. But me, it's like, you know, I can't even get that far. I can't even get the drawing on the piece of paper to throw in the trash, you know? Like, I'll just sit there and be like, man, what the fuck am I gonna draw? And then every time I think of something, I'm like, no, that's not good enough. I just kind of, I stifle myself because of it. And I think that's something that other artists suffer from, obviously. But, like, you know, it's just, I don't know. I'm not saying that, like, you know, I'm the best artist in the world. I'm not, but only because I wasn't able to do more practicing. And, you know, maybe my life choices led up to the fact that I'm, you know, I mean, I'm just saying that, like, you know, I may or may not have brought this upon myself. It may just be the fact that, you know, I just couldn't do it because, like, I didn't want to do it. But, you know, as I started to, you know, finish up high school, I was like, well, you know what? I'm sick of this high school shit. I want to go to college. I want to learn how to draw. I want to make that my profession, you know. I want to draw, and I want to, you know, write comics and, you know, entertain people and make people happy. And just, you know, that's all I really want to do. And, you know, and by the way, just because I mentioned I'm an artist, like, I don't have a PayPal thing, I don't have a Patreon, I don't care about that. I just want to communicate with people. Because that's the thing I have the most trouble with, you know, not talking to people. No, I'm, you know, I enjoy talking to people, so I've learned, you know, a little bit of how to talk to people, and I think I'm a good conversationalist, so that people think I'm funny, you know, that kind of shit. And obviously, watching this right now, you're probably saying to yourself, wow, this guy's the most boring motherfucker ever, and he's so depressing. And, well, yeah, well, that's because I'm trying to be a little bit stoic here and explain to you, you know, like, you know, trying to tell you something serious. I mean, if I was trying to be silly, you would know. And, you know, honestly, most of my comedic efforts are, you know, best comes from the banter of my friends. And I believe that that's the case with many people on Twitch and YouTube and whatnot. So, and the fact that I don't have that kind of support right now from my friends, you know, obviously is being a huge detriment to my stream. And, you know, that's ultimately going to affect how many people watch it. So, I mean, you know, and if I can't get the support to make the comedy, and I can't use the comedy to get more viewers, and I can't get more viewers on my stream, then, you know, that means I've, you know, failed as someone, as a streamer, failed as an entertainer. So, and, you know, and I said this last time, that I promised I'd try and make this funnier, but you know what, like, I did try earlier, and now that I'm on the topic about, you know, my own personal issues, which, again, I know none of you want to hear this, you wanted to see me shoot you with a, you know, a gun, I know, but, you know, I might as well just put this out there anyway. You know, I am, you know, I'm trying my best with what I can do, and that's why I always encourage people to, you know, give me criticism. You know, most artists, you know, can't take criticism. I'm not like that. I take the criticism and I run with it. I'm like, what can I do to make this better? You know, what can I do to make my drawings better? How can I improve? And then even with this, it's like, how can I make the stream funnier? I mean, I'm having a really hard time trying to come up with funny dialogue and, you know, commentary for this. You know, even though in the beginning, like, you know, the way I wanted to do the stream was I wanted to talk about it and then try and see if I can't get some commentary later, not just from myself, but from other people. And then, you know, ultimately I couldn't get the other people, and so I realized, well, the comedy is going to come from me talking to my friends, and it's, you know, tricky for me to come with comedic commentary that I believe, you know, is decently funny and original. And, like, because, I mean, honestly, most of the comedy of today's YouTube comes from, you know, multiple people. But if it is a single person, then it's just one person screaming over a scary video game. Me, personally, I don't find that appealing. And the demographic that I want to, you know, cultivate in this stream, I would hope thinks likewise. So, shit. At the end of the day, like, I know I said at the end of the day like 5 times right now, but, you know, bear with me. You know, I do want to provide entertainment. Again, that's all I want to do. All I want to do is entertain people, you know? That's literally the only reason why I ever do anything, really. Like, I went to college to learn how to make good drawings to make people happy, tell funny stories, and just storytell. And, you know, I'm doing this so I can entertain, because, you know, I'm doing this in between. Like, literally, the only reason why I'm doing this at 6 until midnight is because the rest of the day is me going to doctor's appointments, doing things to improve my own personal health, not just fitness, but also, like, treating my Lyme disease and my ADD. And it's just miserable, man. Like, I mean, I know a lot of other people probably have it much rougher, and I'm not saying that I'm you know, better than them. I'm just saying that, like, you know, I'm not exactly like, you know, I probably can't even, you know, do this. I mean, I'm barely holding it together right now, just trying to talk and play a video game, you know. But you know what? If I realize that if I'm not challenging myself to do these things, then I'm not going to be better. So, and I think that's what a lot of people suffer from. They'll have these, like, negative aspects, or they'll have these hardships, and then they'll just skulk around. Like, they'll just, like, mope around and feel sorry for themselves. And I mean, I'm not one of those kinds of people, and I can't help but feel like, you know, I can't help but, you know, not feel, you know, I can't feel sorry for those kinds of people, because they just can't even help themselves, you know. Like, I'm doing everything in my power to make myself better, you know. And when I see other people who are just moping around and not, you know, not able to take care of themselves, I think 2 things. I think, one, you know, it's unfortunate that they're not able to take care of themselves. But then a little part of me, you know, says, well, you know, why can't they help themselves? And more often or not, people can't help themselves you know, because of whatever situation they're in. I mean, obviously, homeless people don't choose to be homeless, you know. But at the same time, you know, I think that if a person truly wants to persevere and survive as a person, then they would. And if they do, then great for them. But if they don't want to survive, then you know, I don't know what to say to them. Luckily, though, I don't really know anyone like that, so I can say this kind of stuff in the community. Although, even though it may make me sound like an asshole, and if it does, you know, again, that's my opinion, just like all the opinions I have of these video games. But, you know, that's still what I believe. I don't know. I am just the kind of person who wants to do the best that they can, and will not let anything stop them. You know? Like, I'm doing this, you know, for myself, because I'm doing this for myself because I know that I want to entertain people. And that's literally the only thing that makes me happy. Like, I can play a million video games, and they're a good distraction from the real world. But, you know, at the end of the day, the most fun I ever have is doing anything with the people that I love and care about. And, you know, just any kind of social interaction just makes me feel good, you know. And I'm not like, you know, I'm not trying to prove that I'm better than anyone. I'm not trying to, you know, make anyone feel sorry for me. I'm just doing this because it makes me happy. So, you know, if you are still watching this, you know, thank you very much. Again, it makes me, it means a lot to me, really. I mean, that means if you're watching this and, you know, you keep watching it, you keep coming back, then that means I'm doing my job, and, you know, that's literally the best feeling I can ever get from something like this. So, I will try to refrain from these kinds of discussions in the future. I mean, again, I'm still trying to figure out how to make this stream better, and I figure if I tell people, you know, what I'm going through, I don't want them to sympathize, I don't want them to pity, I don't want them to do anything about it, I just want them to know, you know, just me knowing that they have the knowledge of this is enough so that, you know, that could get me the fan base that I would like, so that I could get the viewers, you know, talk to them about this, you know, talk to them about anything, you know, video games, just whatever that people have opinions on. Because I'm sick and tired of, like, seeing stuff on the internet that's, like, you know, people who are, like, just having flame wars over YouTube and shit. It's just, like, you know, I don't know. I just think that I would rather just have an intellectual discussion with someone about video games, and not just, like, argue over who's better, Mario or Sonic, you know? Like, so, I mean, I don't know. Like, that kind of shit just makes me upset. But yeah, I mean, if you know, I don't know. Obviously, if you're not watching this, then, you know, then it's because you don't want to. And, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying that, you know, it's definitely not easy to do stuff like this. And, you know, you can hear it from, like, you know, a million times from a million different people. I mean, I've already talked to 3 people about this kind of stuff, and they've all said the same shit. So, but I mean, you know, anything, doing what you want to do, and putting up with doing something that you hate just because it gives you more money or something, like, you know, obviously, you gotta work at the 7-Elevens and the Burger Kings and McDonald's to get the money to fund your own, you know, your own personal music endeavors or, you know, art endeavors or whatever you do, you know? And unfortunately, like, I'm really not, I mean, I'm in a position where, you know, even a job at, like, McDonald's or something like that would still be, you know, very difficult for me, just because of the way that the diseases have affected me, so, I mean, I don't know, I really don't know what else to say about this, so, I guess all I can say is that, you know, I appreciate any and all support that you can give to me. I mean, not money, obviously. I'm not asking for money. I'm not a fucking charity case. But, like, I would still, you know, I would appreciate, you know, communication and, you know, talking and all that kind of stuff, you know? So, I don't know. But yeah, trust me, I mean, this kind of stuff isn't gonna be regular. I mean, if I'm playing something single player, then I'm gonna try my best to come up with commentary. I mean, the last thing I want to do is, you know, become, you know, another PewDiePie or become another. I mean, this isn't to insult any of these people, but you know, I just don't want to have to go down the same path that all these other people have, just so that I could, you know, make, you know, something creative, something of, you know, good creative substance, you know. Because I mean, I know that so many other people start off by copying them. I don't know really how far they've gotten with it, but I do know that there are certain things that are like, you know, that people should do when they do this kind of like when they do these kinds of streams. I mean, I know what works and what doesn't work, but it's just I don't have to want to do something that I would hate to do. That's not who I am. You know, it's not in my nature to want to play. Oh, this is one of the bosses I mentioned earlier that I've only fought 3 of, but now I can say I've fought more than 3 bosses, so... Anyway, oh, weird, forgot about that. Shit. You know, like, I want to do something of, you know, creative integrity that's inspired and original, you know? And I just feel that, like, so many other people just do whatever they know is popular, and they'll just do that forever and not have any, you know, creative ideas of their own. I'm sure many people will have different takes on these different approaches. Like and obviously there's so many people who play, you know, games like Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, they all pretty much do the same thing, and they all do different things slightly, you know, slightly different things. But at the end of the day, like, that's not me. You know, I'm not. I mean, yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's scares the shit out of me, but I'm scared by anything that pops out of any kind of thing. You know, I'm easy to startle, and it's because of that I don't like games like Five Nights at Freddy's. So I'll never ever play them for entertainment purposes, because I would just hate myself for doing it. You know. So I mean, you know, I'm gonna be playing games that I, you know, to some degree enjoy playing. I mean, this game isn't the worst game. No, I just don't like some aspects of it, but obviously I'm still playing it. So, hell. You know, the fact of the matter is, like, I'm gonna only play games that I feel are, well, A, appropriate for the schedule I set up, and B, games that I own, and C, games that I at one point enjoyed. Whether I still enjoy them or not is obviously going to be affected by when I play them on the stream. So, and I know that a majority of the people who watch Twitch watch it for, like, the Hearthstone playing and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure that's subject to change as time goes on. But, you know, right now, I'm not going to be playing those games, because I don't like those games, you know? I didn't like them, like, I mean, obviously, like, if I had purchased any of those games, or spent any kind of money, I would feel obligated to playing them. Which is why I have these 2 days set up, you know, Tuesday and Thursday to play games I don't like. This guy's kicking my ass. You know, I have this time set up, or set aside, to, you know, play these games, you know. Just because, you know, I know that the games aren't bad, you know. It's not like airports or airplane simulator, you know, like, it's not like a poorly designed game that's, you know, ugly and, you know, everything is bad about it, but people still enjoy playing it. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just gonna play games that I have because, you know, it's the games that I like. And I don't ever want to have to resort to, you know, playing a game just because it's popular. Because I can tell you one thing, if I ever did try and play any of those games, it would just be me going like, yep, this is the game, and I don't like it, and I really wish I was playing something else right now. Like I, you know, don't